Hello, everybody. I trust you are well. I was just waiting for the cue to say that we are live. All right, so interesting morning so far today. If you're joining us, thank you very much for being part of the process. Interesting morning that we have so far. The timing of the webinar is always interesting. Sometimes nothing is happening, sometimes something is happening. So I'm just going to show some of the trades that I'm in at the moment. Then I'm going to switch off, change my account so that I'm not watching the live trades because I know that's going to distract me. So presently, I'm in a short UK 100 from here. Stop is up here. I haven't tightened my stop because I've been agonizing through all the pullbacks. Trying to hold it short, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more coming. I can pull my stop. That's probably the correct technical level, but I'm just going to hold back a little bit. Another one I'm in as well is the DAX 30 from here. That's I took it from there earlier on in the morning. And against quite a wide stop, quite far away. And probably, I can always tighten or close, because a pullback can be deep. That's the problem. You just don't know when. I mean, we had key levels here, open of the day, near the low of the day. So the market might just bounce and, take away the profits. But I'm going to wait, agonize through it and see what happens. If I end up getting stopped out, well, that's perfectly fine. Another one is S&P 500. I sold it here. I should have marked that. Just here as we broke beneath that range. So that's another short that I'm in. Now, if you want to jump into these markets, if this ends up as a bear candle, that's a good enough entry if you want to take it. I'm not going to do that. It's right next to where I am. And I've got a wide stop on S&P 500. There's still quite a bit of time, 3 hours to the open of the market. So reversal can still be deep. So I just want to make sure I don't get stopped up. I want to try and hold it through and see how far we go. If you want to get into UK 100, well, there is the low of yesterday. You might have to wait to see if we break beneath it, pull back and test to jump in, or if we get, a lower high double top anywhere within here. That's probably something that you can look at. The other market that we had was also DAX. So again, if we end up as a bear candle here, either wait to see if it'll break out beneath the low of yesterday, pull back, and take it. I mean, if you want to take it and still put a wide stop, probably your stop will be about here. So that you can do. Another market that I've been in, which has been pretty hard to hold on to, is gold. I took gold off here, and I went to the 5 minute, which I shouldn't because I'm going to trade this on the 15. And when I had a reversal pattern on 5, I closed that almost at break even. Then I realized, indexes are on 5, currencies in gold on 15. I went back. So there's the entry, but the stop was up here. So it's just not giving me the momentum I'm looking for. So I've tightened the stop. So from here to above this candle, it's pretty, it's a light stop, 1/3, I think, 1/4. Of the original stop. Let's have a look at currencies. Let's see what we got. Now, another currency, one currency that I think had a clear opportunity was the Canadian. When we did that, I didn't jump into it at that moment. I was just trying to manage stuff that I'm in. To see if that gives us any momentum. As I said, I'm kind of agonizing between holding on to the trades and taking profits, because it's quite easy for the market to reverse, and what was good will no longer be good. So I think after this high-low double bottom, that would have been a decent enough entry. If one had been attentive and jumped into it. Unfortunately, I wasn't. At the time I looked with this big breakout. So this is on the 15-minute. So if the Canadian does a decent enough 2-bar reversal here, breakout above the yesterday pullback, gives us a decent enough 2-bar reversal of the 15. I'm really looking at taking it, but the stop would have to be down here. So it's worthwhile to consider. Can't hear me well. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm all set up. Okay. All right. Sorry, I missed that. Okay. So USD CAD, I'm hoping that, or not hoping, if I get a 2-bar reversal here, I'm going to look to jump in. As I said, the best entry, if one has been watching, is there. What I've done is put indexes on the 5 minutes and currencies on the 15, just to give a brain an opportunity to track things, right? If you can flip through everything on the 5, perfectly fine. Aussie, I'm not in Aussie at the moment. Let's look on the daily and see. So on the daily, short triggered, but we are right at a potential double bottom. Okay. So it's just something for you to bear in mind. But remember, we trade in a lower time frame, so there's always enough room for us to cash in before we get to that, if we get the setup. So that's the present low of the month. I'm just gonna say, so it's the low of this month, but also we've got a potential double bottom. And double bottom with August. So that's just to keep a view of it. So if you go back here, yeah, it's probably, I mean, if it comes back up here, right, and gives us a double top of sorts in a reversal, that would be decent enough to jump in. But to sell it here, going into that level of support may be just a little bit too early. So probably best to wait on that. Again, it's only 15. Yen. Interesting enough, slightly different, but I think the yen and the CAD probably had similar kind of setups. I wasn't even paying attention to this, but just from looking at it, it's not as neat as this was. I mean, this was pretty neat, right? Nice enough higher low double bottom, decent enough failed breakout, decent enough reversal, and then acceleration up. So, I mean, CAD is looking good now. Because I'm looking at it on the 15, I'm going to have to wait for the 15-minute candle to close, which is in 5 minutes' time, to consider it. I'm just holding myself short to go on the 5. If you're looking at it on the 5, well, let me look at the 5 for it, but I'm looking at the 15. So on the 5, it's becoming a bull candle. Probably wouldn't have jumped into that, in 5. So on the 15, I'll wait for it. The only thing about this market is that the stop is down here. And you are hoping that if you get it, you get quite a a good follow-up move that you can take advantage of. So keep an eye on it. It could be worthwhile. I don't know if we're able to get the whole move. When I say the whole move, if we were to get leg 1 equals leg 2, yeah, it's possible. If the bulls are strong enough and they're going to get to at least a leg 2, it's possible to get there pretty quickly. But then you want to try and hold, agonize as much as you can through profit taking and whatever, and hopefully see how much more there is to it. So I'll look at that. I was saying CAD is a little bit cleaner than yen. The yen was. Where would be, so that's a high low double bottom. I guess 3 bull candles, good enough for the bulls, closed above the EMA. Yes, you could comfortably argue that that's a high and low. And if you wanted to take that, close above the EMA, maybe you can buy there. Your stop would, you don't put your stop here. That's a little bit too close. So either stop is here or down here. Like I said on CAD, if the setup is there, it's probably going to happen just after we close. If it's there, you put your order in. I'll have to set up my order parameters. Stop is here. And then hopefully it starts to accelerate up. And if it does, then you can, as we talk, as it does, you can then pull your stop up. So I'm just looking at my screen where I set up my orders. I'm definitely going to be putting an order there. Stop is going to be down here. Down here is below, there is 35111, so 3500. Good enough stop to take that. So we'll see. With a few minutes to go, I'd rather wait for it to close even if it's above. 2 minutes to go, maybe nothing much dramatic happen. That might tip you, and pull you back, which you can rely on your stop. So that's definitely a buy order, guys. If you're interested in that, 2 minutes to go. Well, everything else looks relatively reasonable. We're hoping for acceleration down on that. DAX is accelerating down. It's down. What's happening? Gold. Gold. Some movement. So that's all right, guys. Wow, we got an hour, not an hour, 2.5 minutes. Let's look at that. So if you're looking to buy that, strong bull candle, you can just put an order above it. A strong bull candle, just put an order above there. Stop here. So that's that's a trade that I suppose you can say has set up while we're here. I know the office wants to mirror if anything sets up. So if everything closes the way that it should be, I'm definitely putting an order in the market. Stop what I've told you, then we just have to see what happens with CAD. If I covered Euro as the last one, Euro is interesting. Always try and find the best of setups between Euro and gold. There's some correlation, nothing big. So I don't have a decent enough setup here. But I'm keeping an eye on it. If I get another setup and my gold is doing fine, I'll jump into it and see how we go. You could have, if you wanted, sold there and stop up there. And we didn't look at it fast enough. All right, guys, thank you. And we catch up again next week. Enjoy. Cheers. Bye-bye.